Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the Conor MEKM reviews. Usually, we review something in there. Now, as you'll know, Pokemon is a very successful franchise. Over the last 30 years, it has grown in success. It went from just a fad, just loads of fads, to just a TV show, to lots of merchandise, and even movies. So it's no surprise that there'd be many people trying to imitate, and my country of the UK has, with something called Moshi Monsters. If you don't know what Moshi Monsters is, it was basically a website created in 2008, which is like one of those flash animations where you can create a monster or do stuff. Kind of like an interactive stuff as well, where you could be on an island as well. It's not really that popular, but back in like only 10 years ago, this was like massive in 2011. There were merchandise and even a DS game. I remember actually seeing on the TV from CITV an actual commercial for Moshi Monsters on the 3DS and the DS. And as a young age of 5, I remember getting a Moshi Monsters magazine with a Merry Twistmas CD in it, and I loved it. I remember putting it in Christmas 2011 and 2012, and at last in 2013 as well. As you can see, that it was a pretty thing back in the day, but it's kind of disappeared ever since this movie was released. So, was this movie good, or is this the reason why this bad has passed away? We're gonna find out today in this review. The story. So, the film takes place in Monstro City, a peaceful island in the ocean where monsters Poppet, Katsuma, and Mr. Sudo are home. Katsuma is talking about starring in Rory Scroll's documentary about Monstro City. The trio goes to town to meet him in Monstro City. A strange-looking Flumpy escapes with Fifi, I think that's right, I don't fucking know, through the sewers. Poppet, Katsuma, and Mr. Snoodle enter the diner. Rory Scroll introduces them to Zuma, Furry, and Livy and Dalevio. I don't know, fuck it. He says he wants them to all star in a movie which angers fame-hungry Katsuma, the news reporter, missing moshling epidemic, and says that arch-criminals Dr. Strangeglove and Sweet Tooth are still on the loose. The news cuts to Buster and Bumblechops, who broke his leg during his adventures, taking about the mysterious moshling egg, which is now on display at the museum. As you can see, most of the story, if I'm going to be honest, it's pretty rushed. It's not that good. The problem with the story is they haven't actually gave us enough character development and structure. All that happens really is they do some adventuring, they find a computer call, a phone call with Dr. Strangeglove, a camera call, video call, Strangeglove. They do some stuff, video call, adventuring, and yeah, you get the idea. With the setting, it's, if I were to be honest, it's okay, but not the best. I mean, they could have done better. Didn't given us enough time to know about the place. They could have done more, but I'm gonna give 2 points to the story. The animation. Now, this is kind of one of those movies that is overly animated. Why? Why, you ask? Well, mostly, if you've watched a movie, you will know that many movies, including Disney movies or DreamWorks, actually use a different colour for the same characters when they're expressing the atmosphere in the scene. Have you noticed in these movies? Unfortunately, with Moshi Monsters the movie, I think the producers don't understand how to really do color. What I mean by that is that it is way too bright. As you can see, the backgrounds and the character designs are pretty mediocre, and the the character animation is not the best, even by 2013 standards, and the color scheme is just too bright that you're bound to have nausea afterwards. If you're trying to make a colourful film, don't go to the extreme level if you want to know. I'm going to give 1 point to the animation. The voice acting. Emma Tate plays Katsuma as the main protagonist, and even though she's not the best, as you can see, she clearly tries to put her effort in, even if it's not working. Philip Alexander plays Puppet as one of Katsuma's friends, and Ashley's, it's not the best, but it's okay on a technical level, and if I were to give it best, yeah. And, what was it, Ashley Slater plays Dr. Strangeglove as the main bad guy in the movie, and he is kind of he's kind of one of those characters, like, even though he's the bad guy, he's kind of one of those goofy characters most kids would laugh at, you know? I mean, he can be funny at times, and I can see where they're trying to go with it, and yeah. The voice acting is okay, but it's not the best. They could have tried more, but I'm gonna give 3 points to the voice acting. The characters. Many of the characters, unfortunately, are not really that developed. As I said earlier in the video, if you want to go back, and then in the movie, their personality is kind of one-dimensional, and even though Dr. Strangeglove has some personality as an evil enemy and stuff, most of them, they have kind of a personality, I suppose, with that they're happy all the time, just in a happy environment. If you want to give it that, I'll suppose they're okay. I'm going to give 2 points to the characters. Lastly, the music. The music is the highlight of the movie. Why ask? Lots of the songs are... the songs are the highlight of the movie, and it really shows. They try their best to put it. They have the old fanfare tune, the Four Hollow Hurricane, the Head Over the Hills, Uptown Fifi, Shoni and the Amazing Blazing Raisin, the Doctor Who Will See You Now, which is basically part of the CD I used to own, the Bongo Calendar, the Sweet Tooth thing, and so much more. It's kind of sad that the movie was just wasted on... I feel like they should have made this like an album. That would actually be epic. As you can clearly see, they are actually really trying to do something cool with it, and it really shows. With all this okay stuff going on, it's kind of... yeah, but the songs are definitely... I'd say good. I'm going to give 4 points to the songs. In conclusion, this movie is not that good. It's not like... it's kind of like a 5 out of 10, 5, like, mixed between 5 and 6 out of 10. It's not the best movie. If I were to recommend it, I'd let, like, someone like 7-year-olds will like it the best, I'd say. If you're in a 4-7-year-old demographic, I think you'll really enjoy this. But most people will find it kind of how I felt it. It's mostly just a cash in. I'll give it a bit of credit for the songs, which are good. But the animation was just way too colourful. The story doesn't really go anywhere, and the characters are not really developed. Overall, out of 10, I'd give it a 5.5. Anyway, thanks for watching episode 2 of the Conor MEKM reviews. Thanks for watching, and see you next video. Bye, guys.